What is up, YouTubers? Jonza here, and welcome back to another episode of Zawcasters. The next three videos, actually, as I'm recording this, because I'm actually going to record three in a row here in a bit, so we're going to be having a few topics for me to talk about today. Well, me in general. You guys won't know about the other two topics till like next week or whatever. But basically, because last week I meant to do two, and I just didn't feel up to it, so today I'm just going to do three, so I can at least keep up with the podcast and everything. And today's certain podcast, I've actually came up with this one myself. It's not from the wheel, as you can tell. We are going to be talking about some certain, like, just kind of game stuff and wise, like, stuff's been, like, not really new or exciting for me, which I'll get into that in a moment. But there's a little, something that happened on my way home today. Like, it wasn't, like, huge or anything, but, like, as I'm walking back from my bus stop to home, pretty much, I just see, like, there's this guy, and he's on, like, a one-wheel vehicle? It's weird. Like, it's not really, like, a vehicle. It's more like a motorcycle one-wheel. It's weird, because I think it's, like, I'm trying to remember what I saw, but he was basically sitting on, like, a platform or whatever, and there was, like, a wheel underneath, like, just one wheel. And then he was just driving by. And I'm like, okay, I've seen it all apparently now. Like, I don't know, it was just weird. I didn't see anything like that before, so, yeah. If you're one of those viewers out there that saw me, or, well, probably not saw me, but, like, probably had one of those vehicles as you went by, then, you've been noticed. But, yeah. Nothing else really too interesting. This week, actually, as of recording this, it is actually supposed to be a beautiful week. And it's like, right now as I'm recording, it is May 8th. So May 8th to the 12th, at least, for this work week. It's going to be beautiful out. Like, I think this is probably going to be the coolest of the week. And then the rest of the week's supposed to be getting, like, warmer and warmer, so I might take one of the times on my way to work, or not on my way to work, back from work, that I might stop by the pen and take advantage of that. Because a lot, like, while I'm riding the bus home, well, like, one of the stops is the Penn Center, pretty much where my mall, like, my main mall, I guess, I go to is. And it stops there along the way, and I'm like, oh, you know what, I could probably, like, get off at this point, too, to go to the mall whenever I want or whatever. Most of the time I haven't done that. I've mostly just kind of came home, dropped off everything, and then went. Especially since, like, normally I wear work boots instead of my normal shoes. But I've kind of come up with a new method of that. Basically what I do is I take my shoes with me to work, and then just as I'm about to leave work, I switch my shoes for my work boots and put my work boots back in my bag, and I just do stuff like that. Obviously, I can't really buy a lot of like stuff because normally I do put it in my backpack, and now that's kind of filled up with my work boots. Thing is, I literally stopped using my lunch bag too because of that. Because normally, nowadays, it's either just like a granola bar or a chocolate bar I normally bring over to work. Since I'm only there for, like, the morning anyways, so, like, I only have, like, a little bit of a snack break, I guess. And then normally when I get home, I eat. Which, funny enough, I thought I wasn't going to be hungry when I got home, but apparently I am. Because, actually, earlier today, someone brought in a Smiley cookies in from Tim Hortons, which apparently today is their last day that they're bringing them out. And I had two of them, plus my granola bar that I brought in from work. So I thought, oh, hey, I just had, like, this many stuff. Maybe I won't be hungry today, or right when I get home, so I'll just record podcasts and on we go. But, no, I'm feeling hungry now. Probably after I'm done the podcast here today, well, at least this first one, maybe I'll grab a quick something to eat and then continue from there. But, yeah, this episode we are not going to be using the wheel. That is push away. Because what we're going to be talking about today is a lack of new games, in my case. I mean, as you guys know, if you guys have gone to my main channel, which my main channel is Johnza, and I've actually changed my profile picture on that recently, so. Um, but on my main channel, what was I gonna say? So I was saying stuff about something on my main channel. Uh, guess I don't know. Um, I don't know why I mentioned my channel. I hate when I just have a brain fart and I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Um, let's see. What do I want to continue off with? Uh, basically the line of like new games that have been coming out. Um, like there have been like a lot of games that have came out through like some of the times here and there, but none of them have really like piqued my interest too much. And also the ways of like brand new games. Like honestly, the only like I guess brand new game to me and my objective here in 2023, because the thing is also in my case there hasn't been like any new games to either come out or are coming out since 2022, which the last game was Pokemon Violet for the Switch. That was the one I was hyped for, and yeah, like that was the last game to come out in 2022, and there hasn't been any new games that I have been interested in myself for quite a while. I mean, for other people, yeah, there probably are some interesting games that came out during this year already. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is literally coming out soon. Well, I mean, probably by the time this video comes out. It's most likely out already, but the thing is, I'm not really a Legends of Zelda fan, so yeah, sorry to all you Legends of Zelda fans out there, but it's just not my kind of game, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I did play a Zelda game once before. I think it was Twilight Princess, I think, for the Wii. And I don't know, I just never really got far in it. I think I even made like a few, like one or two videos on my main channel before, but I don't think I never continued the series. In fact, there's actually a few videos that I started doing series of, but I never actually continued. Like there was Sonic the Black Knight, there was Super Paper Mario, Rayman Origins, and yeah, there are probably a few others, but I can't probably think of them at the moment. But yeah. Anyways, going back to what I was saying before, I mean, like with like obviously besides also Tears of the Kingdom, there's probably like some other interesting new games that people have been interested in. And the thing is, I've been more focused on like Nintendo stuff because that's the one type of console I have. I don't have a PS5. I don't have the new Xbox either. So like literally the only like console I don't have that is not the one console I have that isn't Nintendo related is the Xbox 360. That's the only one like console that is not Nintendo related. But yeah, there hasn't really been a lot of new stuff coming out for the Switch lately. I think last year, I think it was like the 2022. Like there has been Slime Rancher 2 that came out, but it hasn't been ported over to Switch yet either. So that's probably the only game I've been kind of waiting for, and I don't know when that's going to come out for the Switch. There is actually at least one game this year. I don't know how old it was or when it was actually released, but there's this game like on my main channel already that we're still kind of going through is Amori, and that like I started playing that in 2023 and bought it in 2023 as well. So I don't know if it actually came out during that time. I think it might have came out 2022. So I don't know if it's like brand new or whatever. But ever since I started playing it, I've heard more stuff about Mori. Like hell, there was even a short where Jacksepticeye himself said he was thinking of it, but I guess something kind of changed his mind about it, which is kind of upsetting. I would have liked to see him play that, but you know. But anyways, aside from Amori, like there hasn't been any brand new game that I've been interested in. There is one other game I did see on the shop recently. I'm talking like brand new games as well for the Switch, not games that are just ported over for the Switch. Because there's this other game that I saw actually yesterday that piqued my interest. That normally is on I think like a different console or computer too. But it was Man of Medan, which that was from the Dark Pictures Anthology trilogy, and it's the only one of that section. If you guys don't know what the Dark Trilogy is, we're going to do a topic on that later. In fact, we might have it in the next episode, or maybe. But I'll just go over what it is. The Dark Pictures Anthology is basically like choice-driven games. Like, they've made 4 different games in that series already. So there's Man of Medan, and there's 3 others as well. I'm not going to get into too much of what the other games are, because obviously that's for that own podcast's topic. So, but yeah, it's just one of those games came out, like Man of Medan, that came out for the Switch actually just recently. I was looking at recent games that came out, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, interesting. But yeah, it's interesting to see that online now. I'm thinking the others might come in at some point if Man of Medan came in, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, there have been like a lot of choice-driven games also brought into the Switch, like a lot of Telltale games, and hell, even all the Life is Strange games are on there. Life is Strange 1, Before the Storm, Life is Strange 2, and Life is Strange... I forgot the name of it, but it was definitely like my most recent one on the channel, or on my main channel. I have to stop saying for the channel, because technically this channel has no gameplay, it's just me talking. But, I mean, if you want to check out those series as well, like my own series of those games or whatever, or at least the last Life is Strange game I did, you can go to my main channel, which is linked down in the description below. There's also my challenge channel as well, so make sure you go check that out. I don't know why I'm promoting on this channel while it only has 4 subscribers. While my other main channel has like 225 subscribers, so subscribe! But yeah, other than those, there haven't been any like new games. Like, even with the like, well, I think there was like, I mean, there was an Indie World that came out recently, but I don't think anything really super piqued my interest. I haven't even done a video for it for my main channel. I just saw it and I was like, it's alright. Plus, I think it came out, oh wait, I think there was something that piqued my interest, but it wasn't like a new game. It was just like a small announcement that Security Breach, like Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, is being added to the Switch. Which I don't know how that's gonna run, especially on the Switch. Especially because I've heard before that normally that game, when you download it, it's like 80 gigabytes. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna be for the Switch. But I'm probably not gonna get it unless I really want to do a let's play on it. But yeah. But once again, that was a game that was first released in other systems, not for the Switch and everything. So yeah, like the only thing literally Switch related I'm waiting for is just DLC stuff. Like, I'm waiting for DLC for the 4 main title games at the end of 2022. That was the thing too, like, at the end of 2022, there was 4 games I was kind of waiting for around that time. Or, like, not waiting at that time, but pretty much, like, that got released around the end of 2022. Like, Splatoon 3 came out near the start of September, which was the last quarter of the year. October, there was Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Or not Kingdom Battle, sorry, Sparks of Hope. And then November we had Sonic Frontiers, and a week later from that we got Pokemon Violet. So I pretty much got like 4 games, like back to back to back, pretty much. But yeah, nothing new, and it's like already almost halfway through the year. Like, we're only like starting off the 5th month of the year, and there hasn't been anything like new. The only thing, like I said, I'm waiting for is DLC for those specific games. And Mario Kart 8, because that's still going on. Like, I'm pretty sure the next Mario Kart DLC for, like, the wave tracks, I think that's going to be coming out in August? At least I think it's August. Like, I don't, like, don't think I know exactly when it's going to come out. And, like, I saw when the release date's going to be. I just figured it's around August because of some other details that I've put in my mind, like when the other release dates came out for the other waves. Like for the fourth and first wave, they came out almost exactly on the same day, just a year apart. So, if anything, this like around the time when the second wave came out last year, that's probably when the fifth waves could come out. Same with the third wave and everything. But yeah. But yeah, other than DLC, there hasn't been anything like new or interesting I've been really excited for. um, the only things I could probably expect new for the Switch that I might like to play at some point is a DK game. The thing is also like with DK, with Donkey Kong games, we haven't technically gotten a new Donkey Kong game since 2014. Like the last like official Donkey Kong game was Tropical Freeze, and that was originally for the Wii U, and it did get ported over to the Switch back in 2017. But still, like it's almost been like a whole decade since Donkey Kong's got like a new game, which makes me wonder what like if anything, if they are making a new game, it must be a very good game for Donkey Kong if they're taking this long. Like I'm just expecting like a Donkey Kong game to be announced like at any moment, honestly. Now, like whenever a new direct happens, I'm just kind of expecting there to be like a Donkey Kong, like a new Donkey Kong game, but I don't know. There could be like a new Mario game coming out sometime soon as well, but who knows? Because the Mario movie recently just came out, and obviously they're still doing stuff for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So, I don't know. I mean, for a Super Mario game, we haven't had one since Odyssey, which Odyssey originally came out in 2017, so that was quite some time ago. I think it was 2017, I think. Anyways. I don't know. It was definitely before I even had the Switch beforehand. Because I think when I first got the Switch, it was literally, like, right after I was done high school. Like, literally just a few days after, like, I think it was, like, grad prom, I'm pretty sure. I didn't have a date, by the way. I was single. Um, but, yeah, it was, like, just sometime after. Because I got, like, reward money for, the students, because one of the rewards I won was the students, the students succession award. I don't know why I'm having a bad time remembering what the name of it is, but you know, I got that, and I got like $500 for that too. So I practically just used that money to get a Nintendo Switch. Unfortunately, that first Nintendo Switch is garbage now, because I definitely broke it. Because I was playing Fortnite back then, and I just landed on my knee, and it just stopped charging, so, yeah. I mean, technically, the Nintendo Switch I mostly use now is my third one. Yeah, my second one I've had for the longest time, but yeah. The only thing that's bad about it now is that the SD card slot doesn't really work anymore. Like, when I try to plug it in, like, put an SD card in it, it's like, oh, sorry, we can't read this, please, like, eject it or try again or something. And I've tried that many times, so. And with the amount of games I own, yeah, I need one that works with an SD card, so. Then came my third one, which I think I got during this year. Was it this year? I think. Or maybe just near the end of the year of last year, 2022. I don't know. It was around then, though. But, yeah. Like, I'm just talking about the history of my Nintendo Switches. But, yeah. Any new other... now I'm just trying to think of, like, some other new games that I might find interesting that might come out soon. Actually, I guess there is one that I guess I should have probably somewhat been hyped for. Well, I mean, I haven't really played too many Kirby games, but I did love the Kirby and the Forgotten Land when that came out. That was also last year. I think it was actually around March of 2022, so it's already been out for like over a year. I will say 2022 was the year of games, because I'm pretty sure we started off with Legends of Arceus, then there was Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and then the four main titles Splatoon, Mario plus Rabbids, Sonic, and Pokemon that came out near the end of the year. And I think there were some other interesting games that came out that year, but I don't know. Obviously, I'm still waiting to see if Slime Rancher 2 ever gets ported over to the Switch. And, yeah, I can't really think of anything else. Uh, I mean, I guess other kind of game-wise, games I've been maybe hoping to come out again. Probably a Spyro game. Obviously, it won't start off on the Switch. Like, I get that. But, like, we haven't really seen any new, like, Spyro games come out since the Reignited Trilogy one. Which, the thing is, on my main channel, I still haven't done I haven't done the third game in that section yet. Same with Crash Bandicoot, the End Trilogy, yet. And then there's also Crash 4, which I haven't bought yet, but it has been ported over to the Switch now. We haven't gotten any, like, new Spyro game either. I mean, to be fair, the last Spyro game before the Reignited Trilogy was Skylanders Imaginators, which I don't know if you should even count Skylanders as a Spyro game. I mean, Spyro is actually a main character in the game, like in Imaginators, but that was like, what? Like, it came out 2016, I want to say? 2017, 2016? Around there. But, yeah. And then it came out... When did the Reignited Trilogy come out? I think it was like maybe... I want to say it was like 2022 or 2021. I actually don't remember when that game came out, but still. It's been like almost, like, probably like a few years since there has been a new Spyro game. We already had a new Crash game, which was out for like a few years as well. So, I don't know. Would be nice, and then eventually it gets ported over to the Switch too, which would be nice. Yeah. Speaking of Skylanders, it would be interesting if they actually did come back with Skylanders, but I don't know. I don't even know if I'll be willing to actually go out and get more figures, honestly. I think we did, didn't we? Was Skylanders last episode? I actually don't know. I know it was recently, but I wonder if it was the last episode we were talking about Skylanders. I think it was. Huh. Here we are, back to the topic of Skylanders. Any other, like, kind of games that I would be interested in to be released? I mean, obviously it's going to be a while before any new Pokemon game. Well, maybe, like maybe a new Mystery Dungeon game. Because I think I've heard something about them, or something online saying something about a new Mystery Dungeon game coming out sometime soon. Which would be interesting, because I love, like, pretty much all the Mystery Dungeon games. I mean, the only ones of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games I've actually played was Gates to Infinity for the 3DS. That was my first one I played. Super Mystery Dungeon for the 3DS as well. I played the DX version of Rescue Team, and that was it. I haven't played the original Rescue Team, and I haven't played Explorers of Skies, but I have heard that they have been amazing games, especially Explorers of Skies, which is literally the one game I haven't played yet. I would say I practically played Rescue Team because I played the remake of that, so, you know. And I still had fun with it too, so it would be nice to see one of those come out. It would be nice to actually finally get a Pokepark game again, but I don't know. I mean, that hasn't, like, a Pokepark game hasn't come out in like a decade, so I don't know. I don't know if they ever are going to make a Pokepark 3 ever. But, I mean, you also got to think about with Pokemon Snap. The original Pokemon Snap was for the Nintendo 64, which I think that came out, I don't know the exact date, but it was definitely before the year 2000. And the newer one came out, I want to say it was like 2021. I think, yeah, it was like 2021 that new Pokemon Snap came out. So, like, over 20 years, so you never know. You never know that a new Pokepark game could come out too, which I don't know if everyone's a big fan of those games, but, you know, I've enjoyed them. I like them. We literally did a topic on them not that long ago as well. I think it was actually one of the first ones I did when I came back to this channel. But yeah. I don't. I mean, I'm just looking at my Smash Bros. Poster now, and I saw Yoshi. And I'm like, maybe if they come out with some kind of like new Yoshi game, maybe I'll play it because I do like Yoshi. Yoshi's fun. Um, maybe a Pac-Man game. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas here for like new certain games to come out. I mean, there's also like, I mean, there could be like other games that could start off as well. Like, I don't know. um, but yeah. I guess that's all I really can talk about. Honestly, I was just like to kind of talk about that. There hasn't been really any new games in my case that have been like new or exciting for the Nintendo Switch lately. I know there's at least one game that came out this year that people were hyped for, which was Resident Evil 4 remake. So that finally came out. But yeah. Other than those kind of games, I'm mostly just waiting for DLC at this point. Like, just for games for me to play too, like, the only thing I'm waiting for at this point is just DLC. Because I practically have completed all the other games too, like the last 4 games that came out this year. I'm pretty much already done them. Pretty much. I mean, I'm still kind of working on some stuff with Mario plus Rabbids, Sonic. I would say Pokemon Violet, but I mean, there hasn't really been new content for Pokemon Violet, but we already do have a small bit of DLC for Mario plus Rabbids and Sonic Frontiers. So, yeah, and I think at least for Sonic Frontiers' is a newer update, and, well, I mean, new DLC, Wave 2. I think that's coming out in, like, near the end of June. So, yeah, and I think we might be, like, finished with recording videos and having them uploaded before that day comes, so yeah, I don't know. And then Mario plus Rabbids, I haven't actually had to worry about that series for a while for like recording purposes because I still have plenty. Like literally uploading right now, I'm only on the fifth island. Like I think I'm on the second episode of when I made it to the last planet of Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. And the thing is, I finished that game like I think just before 2023, and it's already May, and that series is still going on. Jeez, it's a long ass series. I mean, to be fair, I normally like upload one of those videos once every week, so same with a few other videos. So like it's mostly one series, like one type of video of that series that comes out every week normally. Like normally on my main channel, like right now, for an upload schedule of some certain games I've been playing, it kind of goes Monday Amori, Tuesday Mario plus Rabbids, Wednesdays Sonic Frontiers, and Thursdays Pokemon Violet. And then with Fridays, just a random video. Like if I have any other like random series or games going on, I just post that for Friday normally. Although with Sonic almost done, I think we might have to change the schedule a little bit for the main channel, but you know. Yeah, I would like to have some like new games come out at some point, but I don't know. It's not like I'm gonna run out of content to do on my main channel though. I mean, I have some games that I haven't even played yet on the Switch, but but like they've been out for like a while now anyway, so you know. But yeah, just stuff to work on, I guess, and hopefully there's a new game that might be exciting for me to play at some point, but who knows. Hopefully Donkey Kong, that's the more one that I'm waiting for, and would be the most hyped for, and I could see more happening sooner rather than later. So, only time will tell, but the thing is, I don't think we'll get any news on that until, like, somewhere into June, and we're still in May. Even as I'm recording this right now, I still think we're in May. At least I think so, Alright, I've been jabbering for about a half an hour. I think that's a good point to end off. And in the next episode, we will end up back at the wheel to talk about a random topic. So stay tuned for that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. If you guys liked it, press the like button or subscribe, do whatever. And I'll see you dudes in the next podcast. See you dudes the next time.